Hello and welcome to the final top team video of season 21. This is going to be the final video for season 21 for like top teams. It's going to be the last new kind of cup that's going to be here, which is going to be the Mega Master League, which is gonna be back after I think over a year now where this league was not available. The last time around when this cup was available, there was a big bug happening where you were able to actually use 3 Mega Evolution instead of 1, which was kind of hilarious. Hopefully that's not going to be the case and this cup can be up for the entire time. But today we want to take a look at the best Mega Evolutions that you can use. I think I have like 13 different ones in today's video or something. So yeah, stay tuned. If you enjoy these videos, if you want to support the channel, subscribing is the best way, liking the video is the second best way, and leaving a comment what kind of move update you would like to see for the next season, which hopefully change the Open Great League, would be the next best way. And we can move on to the team number 1, where we're going to take a look at the best Mega Evolution that you can run, which is going to be, surprisingly, Rayquaza, a Pokemon that doesn't really seem to have that much play in the Open Master League currently. As a Mega Evolution, this seems completely different. As you're gonna see on the left side, this is going to be a very overpowered Mega Evolution and one of the the best Mega Evolution that you can run for sure, especially as the Breaking Swipe is not displayed perfectly either, which means Breaking Swipe basically gives you no debuff on PE Poke for the first time you use it and a guaranteed debuff for the second time you use it, to try to kind of mimic the 50% chance to put this into like direct numbers. And this is going to make Rayquaza look worse than it actually is going to be in game. This is the worst variant of Rayquaza basically that you see on the screen, which basically beats everything in the meta. So yeah, this Pokemon going to be absolutely insane. And you're gonna see here quite often in today's video that the other two Pokemon going to struggle quite a bit. What is the reason for this one? Because basically PvPoke currently tries to show every Mega Evolution and just a few different small Pokemon up against the entire team. Of course, there is never going to be a team where you have Primal Groudon, Primal Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, and Primal Kyogre in one team. Unless again, like this bug still happens that we had the last time around, where we were able to use 3 Mega Evolutions at the same time. That was kind of fun, but it was also kind of annoying. But this is going to be, of course, not what you're going to encounter. We're going to have here Kyurem Black as well in there. We have some teams here as well where Kyurem Black and Kyurem White going to be a thing. But I always going to give you like an alternative option for Pokemon that I think are a little bit more difficult to obtain. Of course, legendary Pokemon are kind of required here. But for example, Solgaleo would be a great Pokemon to have in the bag. But I don't think that a lot of people have this Pokemon because it is very difficult to get the ERX Alchemy for this one because it's never been released in raids. And so we have the alternative of Rhyperior here, which you kind of prioritize for today's video. Honestly, I have to say I'm really excited to be back here on the channel trying to do videos after being gone for a bit to London, which was also quite relaxing, but also kind of sparked me a little bit more with enthusiasm for Pokemon Go. And so, hopefully you'll enjoy this video as well if you are more excited for the next season, which we don't have any information yet, which we don't know when it's going to be happening. I was expecting for the USC the information to drop, but it did not happen, so going to be interesting maybe for Pokemon Day. But anyway, we're going to move on to team number 2, and we're going to see here Groudon, Primal, but with Dragon Tail. I am fairly certain Dragon Tail Primal Groudon going to be the better option than Mudshot. Mudshot got nerfed recently. Kinda, like, depends on how you really look at it. Does more damage, does less energy generation. Energy generation is like a little bit more important. And so I feel like Dragon Tail and Fire Punch is going to be great together with the Precious Blade. Fire Punch is going to be Stab as a primal version because your typing changes to ground and fire. But you can use this Pokemon as a safe swap, trying to bait out potential flying type Pokemon like Salamence, like a Rayquaza. And by the way, for Salamence, which is here number 4 spot, I will not have a team because Salamence is just a worse Rayquaza. So why would I go and showcase this one? But anyway, this is going to be a very interesting team here as well. I think that Dragon Tail Groudon might be a great safe swap, and we can move on to the next team. We're gonna take a look at your all-time favorite Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir is going to be one of the best anti-meta Mega Pokemon that you can run, which kind of makes it meta again. But there are a lot of Dark and Dragon type Pokemon that you can Mega Evolve, like Dark, for example, going to be Gyarados, which is going to be a team up there later on as well. Dragon type Pokemon you already saw, which makes Gardevoir one of the best answers to them. Here we're going to see, for example, with this team a little bit of a weakness to Primal Kyogre, which is going to change if you would run the Zekrom here. Zekrom going to be a bit better and also preferred in my opinion, but guess what? Most people don't have this Pokemon. I don't have this Pokemon yet. You can run as soon as this Pokemon gets released, maybe. would be an idea. But yeah, Zekrom going to be a Pokemon that definitely would fit in a little bit better than Yveltal. Main reason, of course, why we have Yveltal and Landorus on the back is going to be that you cannot need to hardware also the Necrozma Dusk main, which otherwise is going to be a hard answer to the Gardevoir, especially thanks to the Psychic typing. You're going to have the weakness to the Ghost typing, which can be a little bit of a trickier one. Also towards a different Mega Evolution, which you're going to see later on in this video. Moving on to the next team here, we're going to see the lead of Necrozma. We're going to have Gyarados Mega Evolution as a Say Swap, and we're going to have the Palkia in the back. Gyarados Mega is going to be in a very interesting spot here, being a part, yeah, Dark type, which I think is going to be great because you're going to have Stab Crunch now, but I feel like it's going to be best as a Say Swap because they are so neutral against basically every single Pokemon in the meta. And you kind of want to try to bait out potentially a Dragonite Pokemon that maybe wants to swap into you. For example, you're going to have a lead here of Necrozma Dusk main, which is going to be, generally speaking, very solid against Pokemon like the Mega Rayquaza there. You're going to be able to swap onto your Gyarados, and you're going to be able to hopefully bait this Pokemon out while doing super effective damage with a fast move, and still threatening them with Crunch. You're going to be able to now avoid this Pokemon for your backline, which again is ideally the Zekrom. No, it's the Kyurem plus Zekrom. The Kyurem form there, Kyurem Black, because this Pokemon going to be a little bit better, generally speaking, in the current meta, but Palkia are going to work out also kind of well, but also for both of them, you don't want to face Rayquaza with them. Next up, going to be a little bit more of a Toxic line, not really, but we're going to have here Dialga, Primarina, Kyogre. Kyogre Primal going to be, of course, our main Mega Pokemon here, which, I don't know, would you say that's Primal Pokemon and Mega Pokemon? I feel like they are kind of the same, just with a different name. But anyway, we're going to see that Dialga is going to give you some solid coverage in the current meta. Primarina, I feel like in the current meta, it's kind of important to have Charm on this Pokemon, otherwise you're going to struggle a little bit against other Pokemon that, yeah, are going to be a bit more tricky. For example, Rayquaza just going to be able to beat you, I think, if you have Waterfall. Especially if you don't have Moonblast, you need to have like some sort of damage. And I feel like Charm just does make a lot of sense because most of the Mega Evolutions actually reach to the Fairy typing. And then we're going to have Kyogre here in the back, which is going to be able to do a lot of fast move pressure. Like that's the thing as well, Kyogre, the Waterfall damage is going to be absolutely insane. You can completely chunk through opponents, even if they're going to be able to resist it, which you can see already with the Gyarados matchup, which shouldn't be something that you should be able to win with this Pokemon, but apparently you are, which also kind of comes by running Thunder over the Origin Pulse. Thunder, generally speaking, is a better coverage move on Kyogre, so maybe that is something for you. Gallade is going to be more of a Pokemon that you're mostly not going to see too often, but it's going to be still a little bit of a fun one, and also is kind of highly ranked. Gallade actually going to be a very, very fast Pokemon to get to charge moves, but then struggles a little bit with the rest of the meta. And I highly doubt this Pokemon is going to be very strong, but still I kind of want to give it a try here, and that's the thing as well. The dip in the meta currently for the Mega Evolutions is kind of crazy, so like basically you have all the Mega Evolutions up there and then it drops kind of back down because next to all Pokemon can of course kind of keep up with them. That's why there's a specific meta now where you can use them, because otherwise it would be a little bit too broken to have the Mega Evolutions with it. But as you're gonna see here, Mega Gallade is going to be definitely having an okay time, but it's not going to be the best Pokemon we've ever seen. And especially going to be good against Pokemon that are most likely a little bit rarer. I wouldn't assume that like something like a Mega Swampert would have any chance here, right? So next team, Mega Swampert. Okay, sorry, I actually knew that this would be the next team. But Mega Swampert is going to be actually a very solid Pokemon. While Mudshot got nerfed recently, it's still going to have a lot of play here, just mainly because you have actually really great bulk, a great typing, and good coverage. And you're going to see here as well that I don't think that Dragonite is the best Pokemon to run here, but I think Inamoros is going to be the better Pokemon to run for the backline. But you kind of want to have a little bit of a flying type Pokemon, just in case there's going to be a grass type around, which I do think are going to be quite rare. I was looking in different teams, which you're going to see still as well here, for Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu is going to be struggling a little bit against the Mega Evolutions, which is kind of sad because it looks so great on paper, but then again you just don't have the Fairy type fast move damage, which of course here Inamoros is going to be the better Pokemon to run in the back. But still, I think it's going to be a great team, and hopefully this is going to be a team that you can run as well. I will most likely focus on this league, by the way, for the next week, just because I feel like Great League, the meta gonna shift anyway. Like nobody really gonna care too much about like teams for that one unless we want something fun. And then for this meta, like it's going to be such a rare meta that you rarely really see. I would really like to just showcase basically any kind of Mega Evolution that I have. And so hopefully you're going to enjoy those videos as well. Stay tuned for the channel here as well. There's going to be so much to come. I have like so many video ideas as well towards the new season. So definitely stay tuned. Again, I'm very, very optimistic for the new season. I'm very excited for it. So Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next team, which is going to be more of a lame team. We're going to have the Palkia and the Crossmark. Again, you're going to have a lead that's a Dragon type. You're going to have the say some Steel type Pokemon. You have another Steel type, or I guess in this case, anti-flying type Pokemon there in the back with Tyranta. Aggron, generally speaking, is the better Pokemon. Tyranta is okay, but Aggron is the way to go if you actually want to build an Aggron. This Pokemon is actually really cool because it loses the part rock typing. It's going to be just a pure steel type Pokemon thanks to the Mega Evolution, making it a very, very bulky boy, but also thanks to the great coverage of Media Beam, you're going to have great options to boost your own attack. Dragon Tail going to be great against, of course, Pokemon like Rayquaza. The typing itself is going to be super, super good defensively in the meta, and so Mega Aggron is going to be something to definitely look forward to. Next up, we're going to have here team number 9, which is going to be one of the teams where I take a look at Tapu Bulu, because I feel like Tapu Bulu makes a lot of sense for this team. It's going to have a double, fire flying type Pokemon in the back with the Charizard, which sadly is going to be a bit tricky because the Wing Attack got nerfed. Like if Wing Attack wouldn't get nerfed, Charizard Mega Y is going to be top tier. Now with Fire Spin, it's still okay, but like it's not as great as it was before. So here we're gonna already kind of go a little bit deeper into like the lower tier Mega Pokemon. I wouldn't really recommend you to really run it if you have any of the other ones above. But it's a fun Pokemon and I kind of wanted to give it a try because I have a Shundo of it. So yeah, this is going to be somewhere where I was assuming, for example, that Tapu Bulu has a great play. Because look at the Pokemon that you're gonna lose against: Kyogre, Swampert, Groudon. I guess Groudon not really gonna be good for either here. But actually, it was really, really tough because, like Tapu Bulu just doesn't really have the fast move pressure, which is really something that you need in this meta. I feel like it's all about kind of either being, of course, a great legendary Pokemon like Xerneas, where you get very fast with Moonblast, but like Nature's Menace just doesn't have the damage output. Bullet Seed doesn't have any damage output, just full stop. And so Tapu Bulu still can work out. Don't get me wrong here. Like I do think that this Pokemon still has some good potential, but I feel like just other Pokemon a little bit better currently. Which leaves us with the final team here for today, and this is going to be Mega Gengar, Pokemon that a lot of people like. And it's okay, I would not really run it myself, maybe, unless I want to do like a fun video. But again, it's the final week of the season. I kind of want to enjoy the final week, I have to say. So I think it's still an okay Pokemon. This is going to be an interesting team because you have Mega Gengar, which is going to be great against the Fairy type Pokemon. So this could be an anti-meta Pokemon, so beats the anti-meta. But again, I don't really think that Mega Gengar could have a lot of play other than against Mega Gardevoir and Gallade. But still, interesting Pokemon. Up energy, always something can happen for this Pokemon. Shadow Punch got recently buffed, which made it way, way better. Purina stays up again with Charm, just generally speaking, because Rayquaza can be a bit of an annoying thing. And then Palkia in the back is a little bit better, most likely than Xerneas. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comment section, are you excited for this league? I'm actually excited, especially for the content. I'm excited for Pokemon Day. I'm excited for the new season release. I'm excited for the Unova tour. Hopefully you're also excited for Pokemon Go, because honestly, I don't know, I feel like really happy about the game, like what is coming up at least for the game. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.